Hello everyone, welcome back again to this channel. Thank you so much for joining me in this live section. So in a bold and surprising move, the governor of Imo State has reportedly asked the Fulani herdsmen to leave Owerri immediately. What triggered this action? What does it mean for the people of Imo State? For the Fulani community and for the security of the southeast? Let's break it down so that you guys really understand. So the governor allegedly told Fulani herdsmen to leave the capital city, which is Owerri, due to the rising concerns about security and public safety. This move is believed to be aimed at protecting residents from attacks or clashes. In recent months, several attacks, kidnappings, and killings were linked to suspected herdsmen in rural parts of Imo State. People have been complaining about destroyed farmlands, attack at night, and movement of cattle through communities. Local communities and traditional rulers have been calling on the government to act. Youths and farmers were also complaining about losing their farms and not feeling safe. To calm the situation, the governor reportedly ordered security agencies to flush out armed herdsmen. The order is not necessary against every Fulani, but those causing trouble or refusing to follow the rules. So security forces may now start checking forests, camps, and bushes around Owerri to dislodge any unauthorized herders. The operation is said to be targeted and based on what intelligence. Other southeast governors like in Enugu, Abia State, and Ebonyi have in the past warned herders to leave farmlands and urban areas, but still they have not been able to put so much attention in that by warning the herdsmen to leave their land. But today, the Owerri State governor, the Imo State governor, has come out to say that the Fulani should live their life. He gave them an ultimatum of, I think, 24 hours to leave Owerri State. Now, some groups are saying that the herders also have rights, that some people are saying that the herders also have rights and the government should not generalize all Fulani as criminals. Others argue that safety comes first and any group that refuses to follow rules must follow. The move may increase ethnic tension between Igbos and Fulanis. It could also lead to the retaliation or misunderstanding if not handled with care. Some Imo residents are happy and praising their governor, saying it's long overdue. Others want that such actions must follow the law and not cause human rights abuse. Community leaders are advising that dialogue is still needed. Peaceful Fulani herders who are following rules should be identified and protected. The possible effects of this governor's decision. These are the possible effects of the governor's decision. Improved local security. And now, displacement of peaceful Fulani families. Farmers may return to their farmlands. Risk of national backlash from northern groups. Better control of illegal arms movement. The ethnic profiling concerns, if not handled fairly. So, what do you guys really think about what this Owerri State governor has actually done by giving his law that all the whole Fulani herdsmen should leave Owerri, that they're already causing havoc? There was this video I saw trending online. It was happening in Imo State, where these Fulani herdsmen we are seeing carrying their cattle and was passing a very luxurious hotel in Owerri. Like, they were messing up the place, causing traffic, and the worst part of it was that the security personnel that were on duty that day did not do anything. And also, those people were visibly showing the guns they were carrying, but they were not even asking them, who gave you guys this gun? So, you guys know that Owerri is the capital city of Imo State, a populated urban area not suitable for open grazing. There were growing complaints about herders bringing cows into resident areas. Markets, roads, and schools were being affected by herders and their cattle movement. Imo people say they now live in constant fear of kidnappings in bushy areas around Owerri. Women reportedly being harassed or chased while farming or walking to the villages. Youths complain that armed men in the bush look suspicious and act like bandits. Locals accuse some herders of spying for kidnappers, though not all are guilty. Some residents claim that the herdsmen don't even speak Nigerian languages, making them harder to communicate with or even trust them. Multiple community leaders had previously written letters to the governor. Traditional rulers allegedly warned that peaceful coexistence was being threatened. Security and law enforcement. Governor Uzodimma reportedly gave the order after consulting with security chiefs. DSS, army, police, and local vigilantes were told to watch all movements in the bushes. The altar was a part of a larger strategy to sanitize urban areas before major public events. The governor emphasized that nobody is above the law, not even foreigners or norms. Government says only those engaging in violence or illegal occupation of land are being targeted. Ethnic and political and northern groups might see this as anti-Fulani, or even if it's about crime control. There is a fear of reprisal attack or tension in northern Nigeria. Some politicians accuse the governor of trying to gain political popularity. Others say he's finally accepting on the will of the people who voted him in. It could influence 2027 election, as many Southeasterners are now demanding more action, not just to be talking. So what are the economic impacts of this? Farmers say they can now return to their abandoned farmlands without fear. People are hoping for a drop in food prices, especially yam, cassava, and maize. Landowners want to develop real estate in bush areas that were occupied by herdsmen. Some local traders are asking the government to also monitor cow markets. The transporters and bike riders say night travel might become safer if attack was reduced. Public reaction and social media and what people have been saying concerning this. So many Imo citizens on Facebook and Twitter are praising the decision. Some say this should have happened since 2021 during the peak of unknown government crisis. Igbo youth groups like Ohaneze and the Igbo Youth Wing also supported the move. Some human rights activists are saying don't just chase them, educate them too. Others are calling for a national grazing law to avoid future conflict. What happens next? Peaceful Fulani herdsmen may relocate to border towns or neighboring states. Cattle markets in Imo might now be strictly regulated or even closed in Owerri. The government could offer temporary settlement or relocation support, though unconfirmed. Non-violent herders might go into hiding or trying to stay low-key. Government may introduce ID card system for herders for accountability. Warnings for experts. Security experts say action must be backed with intelligence, not just force. Chasing herders without plan can create vacuum for armed groups to return. Some warn that criminal elements might now disguise as farmers or traders. Ethnic profiling may make innocent herders victims, which could worsen tribal hatred. There is concern that herdsmen could regroup and attack vulnerable communities if not monitored. Now, comparison to other states, Benue State did something similar in 2022 with the anti-open grazing law. Anambra and Ebonyi also warned herders of key cities after farmers were attacked. Southern Governors Forum in 2021 agreed to ban open grazing nationwide, but Imo State is one of the few taking active enforcement steps right now. The federal government's involvement. The federal government has not officially reacted yet to this development. If they oppose it, it could spark a constitutional debate on land and movement rights. However, chapter 14, section 14, chapter 2b of the Constitution says the security and welfare of the people should be the primary purpose of government. Now, the final call for peace. Governor urged herders to live peacefully, not with violence or confrontation. He also asked communities not to take laws into their own hands or harass strangers. Religious leaders are pleading with both sides to promote peace and tolerance. Now, the people are saying that Imo State governor has actually, taken this upon himself. Yes, he has taken this upon himself to make sure that the Fulani herders leave their community, in fact, leave their land. Because it's not only him that have been shouting this, both the Enugu governor has been saying it, but they have not been taking action towards it. Now, some villagers said herders now move late at night, causing fear and suspicion. Hunters in nearby forests raised alarm about unusual activities linked to strangers. A few herders were caught with weapons and machetes, which were now raising concerns. Local vigilantes said they are overwhelmed and needed government support. Their move is aimed at preventing another hostile crisis that once paralyzed Imo State. These are claims that herders no longer obey local chiefs or community rules. The fear is not about Fulani people in general, it's about armed violent elements. Government is afraid that Owerri might become a hotspot for banditry if not handled now. Owerri has several federal and state institutions, so it must be protected. There were reports that kidnapped victims claimed they were held in herder-occupied forests. There was so many reports that victims were saying that, oh, these herders, they are kidnapping us, like it was so terrible in Imo State, especially in Olu precisely. It was too much. The attack by these Fulani herdsmen, like, it was too much. Now, many Igbo indigenes still have Fulani friends, neighbors, and co-workers. This isn't personal. Some Igbos worry this could lead to the retaliation against Igbos in the north. Igbo politicians are being pressured to speak carefully to avoid national chaos. Civil society groups urge government to separate innocent Fulani from criminals. Some herders who lived in Imo for years are afraid of being wrongly tagged. There is fear that extremists could use this as a propaganda to incite ethnic war. Some Fulani groups are demanding clarification and proof before they leave. Peaceful Fulani leaders say they are willing to cooperate and identify the bad eggs. So what is the political effect? Hope Uzodimma's political rival may use this move to say he's desperate to win 2027 vote. Others will say he finally listened to the cries of the people. The governor may win more support from churches, traditional rulers, and youths. Northerners may now lobby federal government to issue a response. Some say this might shake APC Northern Alliance in future election. The action could trigger other Southeast governors to make similar decisions soon. National Assembly members from the North may ask for investigation or hearings. Political analysts to say the action is popularly local but risk nationally. Government plan, what the governor might do next, what the Imo State governor might do next. He may introduce a registration system for all nomadic herders, ban night movement of cattle through city roads and major highways, create state-owned ranches to accommodate peaceful herders, work with neighboring states to track cross-border herdsmen in movement, invite the Fulani leaders for a peace meeting or round table, possibly launch a public awareness campaign on respecting local customs, may set up a monetary task force to ensure compliance with the eviction order, consider compensation for wrongly displaced herders if innocent, push for anti-open grazing law in the Imo State House of Assembly. What people are saying on the streets as well as on social media concerning this case, some people are saying that finally the governor has grown some backbone. Why wait till lives are lost before acting? Some are saying they should live peacefully. We don't want bloodshed. Let them. Some people are saying let them return to the north or be properly documented. So another person is saying we are not against Fulani people, just the criminals among them. Our mothers cannot farm again. Enough is enough. Another person is saying, oh, it is not a bush. Cows should not be roaming here. Another person now said, let them open proper ranches like civilized people do abroad. I support the move 100%, but it must be done lawfully. So, what next? Will the governor also go after courts and unknown government, as just as the way he's going after the Fulani herders? Will he also go, will he also go after this unknown government that are causing problem in the southeast? The long-term consequences of everything and what the Imo State governor is saying, this could create a more peaceful Owerri if properly enforced, may push criminal herders into hiding or to other states, might force federal government to address the Fulani herder issue nationally, could increase demand for community policing and local defense teams, could reduce Igbo Fulani trust if not managed carefully. Like I told you guys, Imo State has actually been on fire. People have been saying that herdsmen are attacking them there, especially in Olu State. Like Olu is worse. The attack in Olu State is just so much that people are saying that they need to do something about these Fulani herders. So guys, many more security based more schools now fear many schools near forest areas in Owerri are reportedly losing students due to fear. Some parents are relocating their children to urban schools away from herder infested war zones. Teachers and nurses posted to rural areas now refuse to report to duty due to fear of what abduction. Owerri people claim that local police stations are underfunded and can't respond fast. Some kidnapping suspects arrested by police were said to have links with cattle movement routes. Herders are allegedly using motorbikes and cattle to monitor villagers' movement. Local vigilantes found makeshift camps in bushes with weapons, leading to more suspicion. Women's group are protesting about unsafe roads to markets and farms. Report says bushes near Nekede, Avu, and Irite areas are no longer safe. Owerri residents now avoid late-night travel even within the city out of fear. Owerri is preparing for several state-level events and conferences, and government wants peace. Imo is among the states where unknown government activities were linked with bush movements. Federal allocation is low, so government must protect every inch of farmland to boost local food. Government is trying to reduce dependency on northern food by encouraging local farming. The action is part of a broader plan to sanitize illegal settlements across Imo State. It is believed some herders are being used by outside forces to destabilize the southeast. Recent intelligence shows some criminal herders have fake ID cards and claim to be traders. There are growing tensions between herders and local community security groups. The government wants to avoid full-blown ethnic clashes like those seen in Plateau and Benue. The eviction could be start of a larger anti-open grazing campaign in Imo State. Many villagers complain that the herders refuse to follow Igbo traditions or rules. Cows were seen entering sacred places like shrines or ancestral lands, causing tension. Herders allegedly refuse to attend town hall meetings, claiming they don't answer to locals. Local herders say herders now move with boys as young as 10, carrying cutlass and guns. Now, there was something that Anambra State Governor Soludo said. Yes, if I can remember very clearly, he made a video where he was saying that Igbo people are the cause of the insecurity in the land. He said it and everybody was surprised. Like, why would Soludo say such a thing? Soludo is not even saying that it was the Fulani herdsmen that are causing problem in their state. Instead, he went on further to tell us that it was the Igbo youths that were causing problem. Like now, it is, I know, to his greatest surprise now, he'll find out that Imo State governor is telling the Fulanis to leave their land, that they're the ones causing problem in Imo State, as well as the killings going on in Imo State. Like you guys saw, he was very serious, and people were saying that it was only the Imo State governor that decided to take this mandate upon himself to chase away the Fulani herdsmen from their land, because other Southeast governors are just saying it for mouth. They are not even putting any, they're not even putting any power or action so that these Fulani herders will know that, oh, they are serious, and immediately they will leave our land. Only the Imo State governor who is doing this. Now, herders were reportedly, from according to report, they said that herders reportedly burn bushes to clear space, causing wildfire and erosion. Cattle movement destroys footpaths, village roads, and farmland. Water bodies are contaminated by cow dung, leading to cholera outbreak in some villages. Like anywhere you see the Fulani herdsmen and their cattle, they're always contaminating everywhere with this their cow dung. Before you know it, is leading to cholera outbreak in some villages, causing disasters everywhere. Just like the one I saw in Imo State, there was this expensive hotel in Imo State. These cattle just used their cow dung and was scattered everywhere. And you'll be wondering, is this not a federal road for that matter? Why would these herdsmen be seen carrying their cattle? Now, farmers say soil quality is worsening due to heavy cattle or trampling. Wildfire habitats in forest areas are being disturbed by overgrazing. So farmers stopped growing cassava and yam due to constant cattle damage. Imo agriculture agencies report over 2,000 hectares affected by open grazing. Riverbank erosion worsened where cattle regularly gather to drink. Owerri is trying to grow as a green and clean city. Cow roaming spoils that image. Urban sanitation officials complain of cow droppings in major functions like control posts and Douglas Road. Market women say sales have dropped because customers avoid areas like near herders. Transport unions want herders evicted from motor parks and bus routes. Religious leaders call for peace but say government must not joke with security. Youth leaders are planning peaceful protests if government fails to act strongly. Some lawyers warn that illegal eviction without proper law could be challenged in court. Medical associations raise concerns over the increase in trauma cases from herders attacks. Political youth groups are demanding a public address from the governor. Local media outlets are under pressure not to report negatively about Fulani people. Community development associations are now funding private patrols in their areas. Retired soldiers in Imo State have offered to train vigilantes if government agrees. So what are the possible reactions from the north based on what Imo State governor said? Let's take a look at it. So guys, I would love you guys to stay with me to the end of this live section. So it says Northern elders may issue a statement condemning the order. Metu Alali may demand an apology or reversal. The Nottingham-based politicians might use this as a campaign point against the South. Cattle sellers in the north may increase prices as punishment to southeast buyers. Northern youth groups could organize peace walks or protests in Abuja. Hausa-speaking Nigerians in Owerri may feel safe and misunderstood. Some herders may migrate into rivers or Akwa Ibom, causing new tension. Because if you definitely chase them from Imo State, they will still start looking for another state that they're going to enter, which will be causing what? New tension. So there could be increased military deployment in the region to monitor clashes. Federal lawmakers from the north may summon Imo officials to explain the order. So, with everything that the Imo State governor have said, the Northerners might even go and oppose it, saying that it's not going to work. So people came out and they were saying many things. People started saying that the Fulani herdsmen issue is not just about tribe, it's about law, peace, and order. They're saying that the Fulani herdsmen issue is not, we're not just judging them based on tribe, but the problem here is that it's just about peace. We need peace in our land, and we found out that those people are the ones that are not giving us peace. So we need peace. If peaceful Fulanis are protected and criminals removed, there will not be any conflict. The issue may shape national discussion on restructuring and local policing. States are now waking up to the reality of insecurity and taking their own steps. Only justice, fairness, and good leadership can bring peace between all ethnic groups. That is just it. So it's not just about tribe here, it's about security. We found out that these Fulani herdsmen are the ones causing problem in Nigeria, as well as in every state, in the southeast, in the northern. So we are the problem. What the southeast governor is saying, that they should leave our land for us. They can go to the north, because that is where they can go to the north, since the northerners already accepted that they are one. They should stop coming to the east to cause what problem. Now, Owerri is not just any city, it's the capital of Imo State, right? And the heart of commerce, politics, and tourism. Fulani herdsmen being ordered to leave shows the government is no longer taking chances. It shows that the government is now listening to the voices of his people. The Southeast has been demanding self-control over security. This move supports that. For years, people said government was tolerating the killers. Now they see action. Many people are saying that the government is just tolerating these people, is just tolerating these herdsmen. Now, Imo State governor is not talking. They are still seeing action. Many communities in Imo State live near bushes or forests, making them vulnerable to bush attackers. In the past, attacks happened and nothing was done. People now feel heard. It is the first strong statement from the governor about Fulani herders since 2021. This could mark the beginning of community-based policing and land control. Eviction is not about hate, it's about protecting innocent lives. Detention affects the mental health of farmers, students, women, and children. Examples of reported incidents we've had over the years. In 2023, 2 students in Owerri reportedly disappeared while going to farm. Villagers, in 2023, we had this report of where they were saying that 2 students, they just disappeared. Like, we heard it that 2 students, no, two people disappeared while going to farm. That happened in 2023. Villagers in the outskirts say they found they found cow dung in their drinking water source. A retired soldier was allegedly ambushed by unknown men near a herder camp. Farmers have abandoned their plantations, causing food prices to rise. Reports claim that some herders were renting lands illegally from corrupt local farmers. They were from corrupt local agents. There was an incident where a woman was chased from her farm with machetes. Some Fulani boys were seen moving with bags and radios, raising suspicion. A prominent school in a rural part of Owerri shut down for a week due to fear. Motorcycles now avoid certain forest paths out of fear of what? Being ambushed. Community members say they heard gunshot at night in bushy areas. Like, so what were the reactions of so many people on social media based on what Governor Hope Uzodimma said? So on Facebook, people are saying finally Uzodimma is now reasoning like a true leader that he is. So on Twitter, many were using this hashtag secure Owerri and Fulani must go. Instagram commenters are posting videos of cows crossing main roads in Owerri, just like I told you guys, right? There was this video I saw where cows were crossing main road, like popular roads in Owerri, and they were scattering everywhere with their cow dung, which I told you guys. So many are tagging the governor saying more action, less talk. So people went on further to tell other Southeast governors that they should behave like Hope Uzodimma. It's not just about talking, do action, make a move so that these Fulani herdsmen will know that, oh, our governor is not joking one bit. Youths are posting old stories of people killed or kidnapped in their villages. Some say we are not against Fulani, we are against forest but criminals. Some national users are warning, what if Igbos are sent out of the north? People started raising concerns because of what the Southeast what the Imo State governor did by chasing away Fulani, and people started getting worried. What if Igbos are also sent out of the north? For me, if the Igbos are sent out of the, they should come back to the land. I've heard so many cases whereby people are saying that the Igbos have built so much investment in the north. The question is, why will you leave your own land and go to another person's land and go and build investment? Why? There are some people that only before you build investment in a particular land, you should be sure of the people. You should be sure of their historical background before you go to someone else's land and build investment. I have seen so many people, so many of our Igbos who are in China, they built investment there, they're doing well. So many people, so many of the Igbo people who are also in Ghana that are doing well. Now the question is, all these people who are building investment in the north, before you build any investment in anybody's land, ask yourself, are these people accommodative? Yes, know the historical of these people before you go and start building investment in any land. And now, many people are here feeling afraid for Igbos who are in the north. Pro-government pro-government account claims this shows Uzodimma is serious about safety. Opposition groups are now saying, why now? It's election. Is this one another election season trick? People are asking, this one Hope Uzodimma is coming now to say that Fulani should leave their land. Is this one another election season trick come 2027? Commenters are asked for the implementation of anti-open grazing law. Now, there was a time that they brought about this law, this anti-open grazing law. They brought about the law in the House of Senate. Before you know it, the northern leaders opposed it. They were like, no, such a thing is not going to happen. Now, where are we today? The Fulani herders have started taking over. Now, these are questions that people have been asking me. People have been asking, how will the herders be removed peacefully or with force? Some people say, will they be relocated or left homeless in the bush? What if they refuse to leave? Some people are asking, will herders just move to another local government and restart? And so another person is saying, will vigilantes or police be used to enforce the order? Who will decide who is a peaceful herder versus a violent one? Yes, you can decide, you can know who a peaceful herder is and a violent one. But these days people have generalized the fact that all these herders who are seen carrying cattle, they are all one. Because there's no place that a Fulani man will be going now. There's no place a Fulani headsmen will be carrying their cattle to. That they will not carry weapons in their bag. These people go as far as even carrying small knife in their bag. That's to show you. So for the fact that they're carrying small knife in their bag, tell me the reason why they're carrying the small knife in their bag. Why? Because they know that in case of anything that happens, they'll just use it as a weapon for themselves. Now, if these people are actually peaceful, why are they seen carrying weapons? How many Nigerians or how many Igbos have you seen, if they are going somewhere, they carry weapon? Or if they are going to work, they carry their own weapon and put where? How many times have you seen such a thing? Also, tell me, why would the Fulani herders be seen carrying knife in their bag, even guns sef? Are they list, or people went on further asking me, is there any plan for reintegration or compensation? So these are signs that the order is working. More villagers are returning to farms. Markets in rural communities are slowly reopening. Herders seen packing up from known camp areas. Bush patrols increased around areas like Nekede, Ubenze, and Avu. Then some communities are organizing thank you rally for the governor for asking the Fulani herdsmen to leave their community, their land. So churches now hold night vigils again without fear. Youth in some local government areas are now forming cooperative security teams. Reports of violence have reduced in the past few weeks. Car movement in Owerri city has visibly reduced. Local hunters say bushes are getting safer for the first time in years. So what are the structural recondemnation people are making? Build proper ranking areas away from cities, register every herder and monitor their location with GPS, ban open grazing in Imo once and for all, train community vigilantes to report illegal camps, create a herder village peace council for conflict mediation, use drones and forest surveillance to track illegal movement, make it illegal for cows to enter farmlands or road, provide job alternative for youth who act as herder aides, punish local chiefs or land sellers aiding illegal settlement, include Fulani elders in town hall meeting. Now, people, let us actually watch out what is going to be happening in the coming week based on what governor Hope Uzodimma has said. Reaction from Northern Governors Forum, official statement from Meitu Alari, any lawsuits or court ruling against the order, whether the eviction turns violent or peaceful, what other southeast states will do next, if federal government will condemn or support the motion or support the action, whether security improves or worsens, if herders secretly return under another name of group. If this becomes a national debate like Ruga or Ametekun, whether this land leads to new land laws or grazing policies in Nigeria. So these are things we're supposed to be watching out for, because we'll be watching out what may really happen next, since Hope Uzodimma has actually given this order. If the North will oppose it, or if Alali will also release a statement concerning what Hope Uzodimma said in Imo State. So in Igbo land, some areas are considered scared ancestral forests where cows are not even allowed. But you will still see these Fulani herdsmen carry their cows and be walking up and down in even that same place. Community elders say cows passing over buried ancestors' land is a taboo. Fulani herdsmen allegedly ignored warnings from traditional priests in certain villages. Owerri indigenes believe that when a scared forest is defied, misfortunes follow. In some clans, women are not allowed to see cows in sacred streams, but that has changed now. People are saying that cows trample traditional herbs used by local healers. Some youth think the presence of violent herders is a spiritual attack on Igbo heritage. Elders say the act of grazing cattle in public is a direct insult to Igbo dignity. In places like Ikeduru, herders reportedly built huts beside what shrines. Some native doctors claim cows are now eating medicinal roots and charms made for protection. Like if you go to the bush like this, you see all these cattle, they are eating every leaf, everything that they see there, even the ones that are medicinal roots, and they will just eat everything. Because some of these native doctors, they actually use this they use it to prepare herbs, healing herbs. But if you go to the bush, they often eat the one that is medicinal and they will just eat everything. Now, when we talk about property and land ownership issues, community members claim herders are sitting on people's land without asking. Some landowners say their land has been occupied for herders. For over 2 years now, their land has been occupied by herders. People are scared to visit their own bushland because they might be attacked. Land is losing value in rural Owerri because of what? Security fear. Some herders were allegedly renting land illegally from fake agents. Inheritance lands that's meant for farming is now overrun by cattle and huts. Real estate developers are complaining that construction work is being delayed. Owerri is a growing city, but people can't build in certain areas because of herder threats. In some villages, herders sell wood from people's forests to make money. Chiefs are being accused of secret land use with Fulani groups. So let's talk about the economic hardship caused by these herders. Farmlands destroyed by cows means less harvest and more hunger. Youth who depend on farming are now idle and jobless. Traders are relocating from markets market close to herder-infested bushes. Transporters avoid certain road, increasing cost of moving goods. Food items like okra, maize, yam now cost more because of farmers are scared to plant. Tailors, barbers and small business owners in rural towns are losing customers. Students drop out of school because parents can't afford fees due to harvest loss. People are spending more on vigilante and private securities. Local economic activities are dying, especially around rural Owerri, Ohaji and Ngokpala. In Ohaji and Ngokpala, local economic activities are dying, especially around these places I just called now, in Ohaji, Ngokpala and Owerri. Some say the Fulani herders are also killing livestock like goats and sheep. Hidden risk if not well managed. Peaceful Fulani families may feel wrongly attacked and retaliate silently. Terror groups might exploit the tension and infiltrate southeast communities. If the eviction is forceful, it could lead to ethnic clashes or reprisals. Other tribes in the north might begin targeting Igbo traders out of anger, or may suffer economic sanctions from northern cattle traders. Police officers may be unwilling to enforce the order if they fear tribal accusations. Innocent Hausa of Fulani residents who are not herders might become collateral victims. Unconfirmed herder exit might just be rebranding. They come back with another name. Opportunities may use the eviction chaos to settle old political scores. If criminal herders flee, they could regroup in neighboring states like Abia or Rivers State. Now, let's just take a look at a comment someone posted there. He said, why is the governor asking them to leave? Was he not the one that brought them to Owerri, gave them land during Buhari regime? Exactly, my sister. This is what many people have been asking. The same governor that is saying that they should leave now was the same person who welcomed them before. Now he is saying that they should leave. And people went on further to ask, is this one a 2027 political strategy in order to win the minds of the people? Because definitely they already know that the people will not really support him in come 2027. So people went on asking, is this one now another political strategy in order to win 2027 election? So let us take a look at the political dynamics and what the conspiracy. So people say the order is time to distract from governance failure in Imo State. Good. This is actually what I wanted to tell you guys. This was linked to what I was talking about. People started saying that what Hope Uzodimma is doing now is just a time to distract people from the governance failure in Imo State. Because many people have been saying that, Hope Uzodimma is failing as a governor in Imo State. In fact, he has failed as a governor in Imo State. Now, people are seeing this strategy and the fact is telling the Fulani herders to leave Imo State as a strategy in order to win for him to win 2027 election. So people will now know, Hope Uzodimma is trying, Hope Uzodimma is a good governor. So that is what people said. Now others believe it's a PR stunt to revive Uzodimma's image ahead of 2027 election. Opposition leaders may twist the action to say he's promoting ethnic cleansing. Northern elites may use this event to push national zoning talks against Igbos. APC party insiders may feel split between Northern loyalty and local support. Some say the eviction is a bargaining chip to demand Igbo presidency. You'd see it as a first bold move in decades by a Southeast governor. Activists warn that if not done properly, it could divide Nigeria more than unite it. Foreign media might twist it into an anti-minority and anti-Muslim narrative. Local politicians might now start copying the moves to gain popularity in the local government area. The national and regional comprehensions. So Benue has passed a strong anti-open grazing law and it reduced clashes. If we should start comparing, if you should start talking about the national and regional comprehensions, let's not forget that in Benue has passed a strong anti-opening grazing law and it reduced clashes. On the state gave herders a deadline to leave forest backed by Emetoku. In Enugu, herders were asked to register with community chiefs or leave. Ebonyi State once evicted herders after an attack on women in Eza. Anambra tried but faced pushback due to poor planning. Southeast Governors Forum supported ban on open grazing in 2021. Northern states like Zamfara, Niger, and Katsina are begging bandits instead of eviction. Niger Delta states have used the marine patrol model to monitor riverine forests. Abia is watching Imo closely to see if the order will even succeed. Lagos once evicted herders from Badagry Expressway and recorded less traffic evasion. So possible alternatives to eviction: create government regulated grazing corridors outside major cities, provide education for nomadic herders children so they settle in one place, enforce curfew for car movement within cities, promote community herder dialogue groups monthly, introduce mobile veterinary units so herders stop wandering far, make it mandatory for herders to wear ID vests or trackers, give economic incentives to herders who follow the rules, pass laws that compensate farmers for damaged crop, provide herders access to water boreholes, reduce forest migration, recruit peaceful herders into forest surveillance task force. So, I think this is what is really going to happen. So I'll be telling you guys more on what Imo State governor should do based on this issue now, because I've seen many people say that this is going to be a hard tax for the Fulanis to leave Imo State, because if you tell the Fulanis to leave, they will come and start attacking the Igbo youths who are in northern side. So these are the Igbo youth reaction and voices from the streets. Youth say they now feel like the government is finally defending them. Some believe this could be the beginning of take back the land. Many said if you speak out now, maybe Ebonyi and Abia will copy. Youths are organizing monitoring groups to confirm whether herders will actually leave. Igbo youth believe this action supports the Nnamdi Kanu call for self-defense. They want Igbo governors to form a regional anti-herdsmen force like Emetekun. There are already underground plans by youth groups to block cattle movement routes. Some groups are offering free transport for peaceful herders to live. Youths are warning politicians don't reverse this or face protests. Local artists and influencers are now creating songs and skits mocking the herders' exit. Many Imo villages live beside bushes or abandoned farmlands where these herders hide. Villagers say bush paths used for marriage and burial processions are now unsafe. Children can't go to school alone because of cattle cross their footpaths. Some village markets close early by 3 p.m. instead of 6 p.m. due to insecurity. People no longer attend evening town meetings or weddings out of fear. Water fetched from nearby river is smelly due to cow waste. Traditional events like New Yam festivals are no longer held in some villages. Youths who went to Lagos or PH now refuse to return home for Christmas. Herders allegedly take over abandoned homes in bush communities. Village churches now keep watchmen to secure evening services. The criminal activity reportedly linked to herders. Farmers report being forced to pay bush tax to pass certain routes. You can imagine. These are the criminal activities that have been reportedly linked to these herders. Listen, guys, and listen. I want you guys to actually listen carefully, so you guys will see what these Fulani herders are doing to us in this Nigeria. First of all, these are confessions coming out from people. They say that farmers have reported being forced to pay bush tax to pass a particular way or certain route. Some say her herders are acting like illegal landlords in the forest. Police have arrested armed men hiding inside herder settlements. Phones were stolen in Owerri have been traced to bushes near herder camps. Fulani men have been caught pretending to be onion or pepper sellers, but they were spying. Some arrested herders have military uniforms and walkie-talkies. Villagers say they found makeshift prisons inside bushes where people were tied. Some cattle are reportedly stolen and rebranded as new trade by criminal gangs. Traders say cattlemen sometimes exchange cows for stolen bikes and guns. These are cases where herders help criminals escape through bush paths. So, some say the governor acted because northern backers were losing trust on him. Others believe pressure came from church leaders and not politicians. There were whispers that foreign embassies warned about the security situation. Traditional rulers from Owerri allegedly had a secret meeting that led to this action. Security chiefs gave the governor a do something now ultimatum. Ultimatum: APC national leadership is quietly watching how the North will respond. PDP is already using it to say, you see, APC cannot protect the people. So Northern politicians may retaliate by sponsoring counter claims against Imo. Some say this could cause silent war between the northern and eastern businessmen. Elite Igbo business billionaires may now fund private community patrols across what villages. Let's just now talk about the spiritual, emotional, and symbolic interpretations. Some Imo natives believe that Fulani herders brought what spiritual pollution. Priests in shrines say the land needs cleansing rituals after herders were departure. Pastors claim the cow movement was a demonic distraction to destabilize peace. Evangelists say the eviction was an answer to mass fasting and prayers. Others believe this is part of a prophetic warning Igbo ignored for years. The sound of cows in the night is now called a bad omen in some communities. Traditionalists believe that ancestral spirits are now happy the land is being reclaimed. Prophets warned of bloodshed if herders were not removed. Churches plan to organize Thanksgiving crusade after herder exits. Spiritual people say this is the final cleansing before Igbo words restoration. Like you guys can see that many people even want these people to go. Now, this is the final threat if nothing is done right. If criminal headers return in secret, things will get worse. If innocent Fulani are mistreated, it could cause ethnic violence across Nigeria. If Owerri becomes unsafe again, Imo's economy will crash. If government does not monitor local government area, the invasion will only shift the problem elsewhere. If federal government reacts with bias, it will divide Nigeria the more. If media lies about events, hatred and fear will increase. If the army is sent to defend herders, there will be a serious clashes. If church and traditional leaders don't speak with one voice, confusion with war, it will spread. If political games begin, the whole region could fall into arrest. If this works well, it could be a blueprint for national-wide herder reform. That is if it really works well. So guys, many people are now complaining, not only Imo State, Enugu, Anambra are complaining, but even the Anambra State governor, many people are disappointed in him because of what he said. Instead of him to be saying that insecurity is the Fulani herders that are causing it, he went on to say that it was Igbo youth, and many people were attacked him. In fact, they were disappointed in him. Now let's talk about the education and school impact. Schools in rural Owerri had to adjust school hours to avoid bush road dangers. Some students now miss WAEC and NECO exams due to fear of bush ambushes. Teachers are now requesting government transfer from affected villages. Students in areas like Ungwapal and Mohaji say they hear gunshots while in class. Some school hostels are now half empty because parents now withdraw their children. Everybody is now running for safety. PTA meetings now include security discussion, not just about academics. Car movement through villages has damaged primary school playgrounds. Some herders reportedly entered school compound while and causing panic. Some Fulani children were seen loitering around schools instead of being in nomadic classes. Youth corps members posted to rural schools refused to resume due to the insecurity. Now, let's talk about the mental health and psychological trauma. Villagers see children scream at the sound of cows now. Women who have been chased from farms report nightmare and depression. Some kids associate herders with death or disappearance. Families with missing relatives now live in constant fear and sorrow. The smell of cow dung now triggers fear in some communities. People now panic when they see strangers with stick or bag. Women say they can't relax even at home. Every sound feels like a threat. Farmers wake early and rush home before dark, afraid of being trapped. Some young boys now carry knives or sticks to defend their family. Elderly people say they have never seen this level of fear in Imo before. So let's talk about the religious leaders and faith communities. Pastors are now preaching about divine security and land cleansing. Churches near forests now hold prayers for protection every Sunday. Muslim groups in Owerri say they fear backlash from angry locals. Some mosques have advised peaceful Fulanis to stay neutral and follow the law. Traditional priests in Imo say they warned about this danger years ago. Catholic and Anglican bishops are calling for non-violent enforcement. Pentecostal churches are organizing night vigils to cast out forest demons. Religious teachers say infection must not turn into hatred for a whole tribe. Like the thing going on in Nigeria is not too much. Now, there is just good as the Imo State governor has asked the Fulani herders to leave, so that will let us actually know where this insecurity is now coming from. Because we need to know our stand. We need to know who are people causing insecurity in the southeast, most especially. And I think that what Hope Uzodimma did now, let other southeast governors follow his lead, because we found out that many southeast governors are not following his lead. They are not. Instead of these other southeast governors like Enugu State Governor, Anambra State Governor, Ebonyi State Governor should follow the lead of Hope Uzodimma by asking the Fulani herders to leave their land. In fact, they should even bring that law, anti-open grazing law. They should establish it so that all these Fulani herdsmen will not be seen, disturbing people. In fact, if I tell you that these Fulani herdsmen do enter people's school, like you guys know that children are always afraid of these cattle or cow, but these Fulani herdsmen will still be seen carrying cattle and be entering schools, entering colleges, entering universities. Like it's terrible. And I think we need to start protecting our children. So women's experience and opinion, this is what women have to say. Women say they now go to farm in groups of safety. Many complain of losing all their cassava and okra harvest. Market women say they no longer travel alone to village markets. Women now carry sticks of pepper spray while going to fetch firewood. Mothers are teaching their daughters how to hide in case of attack. Some women have formed farmer support group for mutual protection. Widows fear they will lose inherited farmlands to herders. Many say they were assaulted or harassed but could not report. Women's association are now demanding a security hotline for emergencies. Some pregnant women avoid health centers located near forests. So the youth group and vigilante action. Vigilante groups are now doing forest patrol twice daily. Community boys, the village group they are now doing patrol every time. In fact, they are doing it twice daily this time around. That is what they are now doing. They are actually doing their work this time around. Community boys now create some youth have formed bike squads to monitor bush paths. There are local checkpoints where you stop strangers and search bags. Some young men say they are ready to die protecting their mothers. Villagers now contribute money to buy flashlights, stick and whistles. Community house now store walking talkies and rechargeable lamps for night watchers, because it's only these vigilantes that are not the ones saving people. If you start depending on police and army, when an incident happen, it may take them over a long time self to come to come and rescue you. That's just it. Now, many people have been saying that, it's okay, let's just talk about this Ghana issue that is trending everywhere now. This Ghana issue, I've heard a lot of people, both the Ghanaians, saying that Nigerians they used to eat people, Nigerians are this, Nigerians are that the Igbo people are bad, Igbo people are that. But you guys heard what have happened now, right? You Ghana people, I hope they're hearing now that Imo State governor is telling the Fulani to leave their land because they are the ones causing insecurity in Igbo land. Now, that alone should ring to the ears of Ghana that Igbo people are not the cause of the problem. The cause of the problem is Fulani herders. Fulani herders are the ones that are taking over our land. So Igbo people cannot come and take over your land in Ghana. It is not possible. You guys heard it right. Imo Governor Hope Uzodimma is asking the Fulani to leave Owerri for them. The Fulani people are the land grabbers themselves. These people are land grabbers. So it is time for the Ghana people to know that Igbo people are good people. Because the last time I talked about this Ghana issue versus Nigeria, I saw many people insulting Nigeria. They went as far as even saying that Nigeria is in fact, they went as far as saying Nigeria and Igbos that they used to eat human beings. I was so shocked. How can this be coming out from the mouth of a Ghanaian? Have they forgotten that we are Africa? People were saying, insulting many Nigerians. Now, this is what I have to tell them. I hope they are aware that Hope Uzodimma has come out now to tell us that he wants to chase the Fulani herdsmen from our land, that they are grabbing our land. So all these things that the Ghana people are saying that Igbo people are land grabbers, we are not land grabbers. It is the Fulani people in our land that are land grabbers. So guys, I will want to show you guys this video. Just listen to what this Ghana man said. What he really, he said a powerful something here that I actually even took notes. He was saying that the Igbo people are only here for business. They don't have any concern with whatever is going in Ghana. They are not even interested in their politics. They can carry their politics. This video I'm about to play for you guys now is just to show you guys that there is difference between Igbo and Fulani. For people who are saying that Igbo people are evil, Igbo people are eating human beings, that is a lie. It's all a lie. The people who are attacking Igbos in our land are the Fulani. Just watch this video, guys. Now, right back. This was what happened in Ghana.
Igbo saga that's going on in Accra. Ghanaian youth protesting in Accra. I don't know when it happened, whether it was new or whether it was just an old video. But our stand here in Kumasi, Ashanti region, is that we owe our allegiance to the Otufo Osetutu II, the Ashanti Hine. Igbos don't have king in Ashanti region here, and we don't recognize anybody as the king of Igbos in Ashanti region. In any part of the world, there must be Igbo community as a kingship of Igbo. In Ghana here, we are not part of it because we have our king in Ashanti region. That is Otufo Osetutu II. And we are making everything possibly best not to allow this protest or this any of these things come to Ashanti region here. So it's my advice to Ghanaian youth, they have to.
Some few days ago, we heard of news making rounds, especially on social media, that there is an Igbo king in the capital of Ghana, in Accra, where he has reiterated the fact that he plans on establishing his own kingdom that has a very huge palace, as well as conference halls, guest house, schools, markets, and then also elevating or creating sub-chiefs that would always project the culture of the Igbo people. Of course, this has been met fiercely by the Ghanaian populace, especially netizens, talking about the fact that it is against the laws of our land to have a community that's from a different country coming here to establish a representation of their community over here, which might one way or the other interfere with our culture that we have over here. I don't know if you heard of the news making rounds on the media.
Well, I heard it, but I can only be very blunt and very clear.
Okay.
I want to tell you the stance of Ashanti region here. I'm happy you see it in Accra. Over the social media, even today I watched the photos or the video of Ghanaian youths protesting in Accra. I don't know when it happened, whether it was new or whether it was just an old video. But our stand here in Kumasi, Ashanti region, is that we owe our allegiance to the Otufo Osetutu II, the Ashanti Hine. Igbos don't have king in Ashanti region here, and we don't recognize anybody as the king of Igbos in Ashanti region. This thing started since 2012, and we have been working toothlessly, doing everything within our limit to make sure that our people do not fall under or within the tussle of this chieftaincy title, chieftaincy tussle in Ashanti region here. So we bring our people under checkmate. We checkmate them. Traditionally, we do not have anybody who is the king of Igbos. And we do not recognize anybody in Ashanti region as the king of Igbos here. So what we have is the Otufo Ashanti Hine. That is the Otufo Osetutu II. He is our king, and we owe allegiance to him. So this is our stand. And I want you to also understand that in Igbo traditional setup, we have what we call the Ohaneze. That is the apex socio-cultural Igbo institution in southeastern part of Nigeria, which form the Igbo states. Their bed is aspirant kingship. The aspirant kingship.
When was that?
That was last year, 2024. They had a meeting in the Imo State, signed by the
So guys, you guys have listened to what this man said, right? Now, this is just to tell you guys that Igbo people are good people. The people that are even the main land grabbers are what? The Fulani herdsmen. They are what? The main people that are even causing havoc in Nigeria. They are the main people. So all these rumors that have been flying up and down, Ghana people have been saying, yeah, let Igbos go, let it, that Igbos are just, we are not land grabbers. Igbos are not. You can see that we are even setting up vigilante group in order to make sure that the Fulanis leave our land. The vigilante groups are now doing forest patrol twice daily, Community boys, some youth have now formed bike squads to monitor what bush paths. There are local checkpoints where youth stop strangers and search their bags. Some young men say they are ready to die protecting their mothers, to make sure that they protect their own people. Now, some are asking to be allowed. There's this migration, relocation, and land displacement. We've heard and seen many peaceful Fulani herders that are begging to be relocated and not to be chased. Some are asking to be allowed to settle in non-farming zones. Others are trying to migrate to rivers or delta quietly. Community leaders fear that herders may regroup in nearby local government areas. Some herders say they want to go back to north, but fear being seen as what failures. A few are attempting to hide among Hausas in Owerri city. Others say they disguise as shoe polishers, water sellers, or barbers. Some plan to send their wives and children away first for safety. There are reports that some are selling off cows quickly before leaving. Some are trying to build makeshift camps and swapping areas what un, undected. So fears across other regions. Abia residents are asking, when will our governor do the same thing that Imo State people did? Ebonyi people fear criminal headers may now flood their village. Enugu youth groups are preparing to petition their state house. Anambra citizens say they will mobilize protests if nothing is done soon. Delta and river communities fear the problem is shifting to their bushland. Northern groups are asking if this is the beginning of Igbo revenge. Middle belt leaders say they hope this does not fuel more tribal tension. Plateau, Nasarawa and Benue communities say they have faced wars for years, and to be honest, Benue communities, they have really faced wars from this Fulani herdsmen for years. So some Ariwa youth groups are calling for a Southern Herder Safety Commission. Yoruba leaders are watching Imo to see if they too should act again. Like, if it's not handled well, what could happen? If what Uzodimma is not handled well, herdsmen may stage counter attacks before leaving. Some may join hands with bandits to fight back. Hidden weapons in forest areas could be used to start ambushes. Ethnic profiling could lead to innocent Hausa and Fulani people being targeted. Religious tension may rise between Christians and Muslims. Traders could become targets of retaliation in northern markets. That is what will happen if what Uzodimma if he did not really handle it well. Anyway, guys, that's all we have for today. Let me know your thoughts below. And also, if you know you're new to this channel, please don't forget to click the subscribe button, like and share, and turn on the notification button to be getting all the latest news in this channel. So guys, thanks for watching, and see you guys again in my next live section.